This time, we're going to discuss about the history and the components of electronics. In the first part, we're going to discuss first about the history of electronics, otherwise is the component of it. Let me introduce to you my fellow classmates that will discuss these topics. First, Miss Maria Gil Brazo. Second, Miss Rosemary Espedido. Third, Miss Karen. And lastly, Miss Vlad.
Oops! Before Maria Gil Brazos discuss her topic, let me tell you the brief history of electronics and its development. In this 21st century, every day we are dealing with electronic circuits and devices in some or the other forms because gadgets, home appliances, computers, transport system, cell phones, cameras, TVs are all have electronic components and devices. Therefore, looking forward to know the past and about the brief history of electronics is necessary to revive our minds and to get inspired by those individuals who sacrifice their lives by engaging themselves in such amazing discoveries and inventions that cost everything from them, but nothing for us, and in turn, benefited us immensely since then.
Hello guys, I am Maria Gil Abrazos, and you can call me Jill for short, and I'll be discussing about electronic history timeline. In 600 BC, Thales of Miletus discovered static electricity by rubbing fur on amber. In 1600s, William Gilbert coined the word electricus that was later termed in electricity by Benjamin Franklin in 1752. In 1720, Stephen Gray discovered insulator and conductor. In 1745, Evil George von Kleist and Peter van Musschenbroek invented Leyden jars. In 1752, Benjamin Franklin discovered lightning and electrical by flying a kite, and explained how Leyden jars work. In 1820, Hans Christian Oster discovered the magnetic field. In 1825, William Sturgeon developed the first electromagnet. In 1826, George Ohm introduced Ohm's law. In 1827, George Ohm introduced the concept of electrical resistance. In 1831, Michael Faraday invented transformer. Are you following? Next, we have Karen Garcia to discuss.
Hi guys, I'm Karen Garcia. I'll be continuing the next discussion. So in 1844, Samuel Morse developed telegraphy and the Morse code. In 1856, Charles Bourcel proposed telephony. In 1862, James Clerk Maxwell published 4 equations bearing his name Maxwell's equations. In 1876, Alexander Graham Bell invented telephone. In 1877, Thomas Alva Edison invented phonograph. In 1888, Heinrich Hertz proved that electromagnetic waves travel over some distance. In 1890, Thomas Alva Edison invented fuse. In 1897, Carl Ferdinand Brown invented cathode ray oscilloscope. In 1901, Guglielmo Marconi made first transatlantic radio broadcast. In 1904, John Ambrose Fleming invented diode. Our next discussion will be discussed by Ms. Sarte.
Hi guys, I am Vladimir Sarte, and I'm going to discuss about the electronic history timeline, so you can call me Vlad for short. In 1928, first experimental broadcast in the US. The first public TV broadcast in Germany in 1929. Konrad Zuse developed the first programmable computer in 1941. Esler invented the printed circuit board in 1943. In 1944, John Logie Baird developed the first color picture tube. In 1962, Hochstein, Heyman, and RCA invented MOSFET transistor. 1964, Kameny and Kurtz introduced the basic programming language. In 1970, Intel introduced the first microprocessor. John F. Mitchell and Dr. Martin Cooper of Motorola invented the first mobile phone in 1973. And last, Apple introduced the first iPhone in 2007. Are you following? Thank you!
Okay guys, let's move on to our next topic. Electronics comprises the physics, engineering, technology, and application that deal with the emission, flow, and control of electrons in vacuum and matter. Electronic component is defined as basic discrete device or physical entity in an electronic system used to affect electrons or their associated fields.
Active electrical components, an active device in any type of circuit components with the ability of electrically control electrical charge flow or electricity controlling electricity.
Under the active electrical components, first, we have the transistors. What is transistor? Transistor is a semiconductor device used to amplify and switch electronic signals and electrical power. This is our electronic switch.
A diode is one-way valve or gate for electricity. It is a component with an asymmetrical transfer characteristic. A diode has low, ideally zero resistance in one direction, and high, ideally infinite resistance in other direction. A light-emitting diode is a semiconductor light source. So, when electricity is passing through the diode, it emits light.
In Integrated circuit. An integrated circuit, or IC, is a set of transistors that the controller or brain of an electronic circuit. An input is received, and output is sent out. Do you know that modern microprocessor ICs can have billions of transistors per square inch?
Triode vacuum tube or bulbs. Used as an amplifier and also it is occasionally used as rectifier. Consists of 3 electrodes, cathode filament, anode filament, and control grid, mounted in an evacuated metal or glass container. And here are the example of triode vacuum tube bulbs.
Battery. Battery is a device consisting of one or more electrochemical cells with external connection provided to power electrical devices such as flashlight, mobile phones, and electric cars. When a battery is supplying electric power, its positive terminal is a cathode and its negative terminal is the anode.
Passive electrical component is first resistors. A resistor or impedance of the flow of electricity through a circuit. Resistors have a set value. Since voltage, current, and resistance are related through Ohm's law, resistors are a good way to control voltage and current your circuit.
Capacitors. A capacitor stores electrical energy. This pool of electrons is available for electronic components to use. Capacitance is measured in farads. Usually used in electronics are often measured in microfarads and nanofarads. Some capacitors are polarized. Note the different length terminals on one of the capacitors.
Transformer. A transformer is a passive electrical device that transfers electrical energy between two or more circuits. Switch. Switch is a device for making and breaking the connection in an electric circuit. Thermistor. Thermistor is a type of resistor whose resistance changes rapidly with a small change in temperature. Lastly is the inductor. Inductor is a passive two-terminal component that temporarily stored energy in form of a magnetic field. It is also block any AC or alternating current component present in DC or direct current signal.
So that's it guys, our presentation for history of electronic components and electronic components.
Thank you guys! Thank you for watching!